going. Welcome. The February 27th, 2024 meeting of the Ways and Means Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please read the roll?
Ms. Barnhart. Ms. Barnhart is present. Mr. Baines. Mr. Baines is present. Ms. Bartholomew McCoy. Ms. Bartholomew McCoy is present. Mr. Brew. Mr. Brew is present. Mr. Dondorfer. Mr. Dondorfer is present. Mr. Colby. Mr. Colby is present. Mr. Keller. Mr. Keller is present. Chairman Mafucci.
Here.
Chairman Mafucci is present. Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith is present. Ms. Vasquez Simmons. Ms. Vasquez Simmons is present. Mr. Udelson. Mr. Udelson is present.
Legislators, will you please stand as Legislator Keller will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, and justice for all. Thank you, Legislator Keller. Are there any speakers signed up for the public forum?
There are not.
Is there anyone present who would like to speak? Okay. Approval of minutes. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the minutes from the January 23rd, 2024 meeting before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item is new business.
Following number 077, 078, 079, 080, and 081.
Moved by Majority Leader Udelson, seconded by Legislator Smith. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? That carries.
Our referral 24-0077. Proposed in rem tax foreclosure action number 148, City of Rochester and Towns of Brighton.
Moved by Legislator Vasquez Simmons, seconded by Legislator Dondorfer. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Referral 24-0078, erroneous assessments, corrections, and cancellations.
Moved by Legislator Vasquez Simmons, seconded by Legislator Smith. Is there any discussion? Legislator Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair to the administration, could you explain how these errors can occur?
Through the chair, the errors actually occur after either a homeowner or the town assessor realizes the error and submits it to the county director.
Thank you. And through the chair to the administration, where does that error lie? Does it lie with the town or the county?
Through the chair, it depends on which error that we receive. Most of the errors the budgets are set by the town. So they review their budget and information, and then they notify us of an error that they have submitted to us.
Thank you. And to be more specific, how does it happen with organizations like Mary Cariola Center? They are overbilled by $46,000 for sewer charge when they're not even connected to the town sewer.
Through the chair, that was an error on the town finance director. She labeled the budget information incorrectly on an incorrect sewer charge. The Mary Cariola is the only one who has that special district on that parcel. So all of the money was collected, or I should say, transferred to that parcel. She realized that it was supposed to be divided up into multiple parcels, and the town rectified that error in their books.
Thank you so much. I yield the floor.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Referral 24-0079, authorize the acquisition of easements in real property for the East River Road Rehabilitation Project in the town of Henrietta.
Moved by legislator Vasquez Simmons, seconded by legislator Smith. Is there any discussion? Minority Leader Brew.
Yes, thank you. Through the chair of the administration, could you explain why on map number 69, the parcel belonging to Abdul Mohammed is worth $15,000 when other larger and equal parcels in terms of square footage are not being acquired for that much?
Through the chair, map 69 is a parcel that is part of a realignment with Lehigh Station Road. And the county and the developer are working together to improve the traffic pattern on that parcel. That's why that parcel's a little bit more.
To the chair of the administration, I'm not sure if that answered my question, or maybe I'm just not understanding it correctly. So it would appear that this parcel is being worth is estimated at quite a bit more than the other similar parcels in size. So the question is, what would make this parcel more assessment higher in value?
Through the chair, the value was determined by a third-party appraiser. That's what determined the value of that parcel, specific parcel.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? None? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passed.
Referral 24-0080, amend the 2024 capital budget to increase funding for the project ERP system replacement, authorize an interfund transfer, authorize contracts for licensing, enterprise resource planning, and component system software and related project management and implementation services.
Moved by legislator Vasquez Simmons, seconded by Minority Leader Brew. Another second? Oh, and any discussion?
I have a question.
Legislator Donovan.
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration, it is our understanding that this is a welcomed replacement of the SAP system. And if that is truly the case for financial tracking purposes, can you provide our costs from conception to the date on the current SAP system?
Mr. Chair, I guess I need to make sure I understand the question. Is the legislator seeking what is the total county cost of utilizing SAP each year since its inception?
Yes, I'm wondering how much we've spent on the SAP system over the last couple of years.
Mr. Chairman, the acquisition, installation, and configuration of SAP was approximately $5 or $6 million back in 2004, 2005. I know there was an additional amount with the Hanson to SAP conversion that was for our environmental services work orders that brought the total implementation cost up to just over $11 million. It costs us roughly $2 million a year to utilize SAP on an annual basis for software licensing, hosting, and production support. So we've had that approximately 15 years or so 30 million.
Thank you. I yield the floor.
Any other discussion? Minority Leader Booth.
Yes, thank you. Through the chair of the administration. I, participating in this, honorable body for a number of years, it was I guess it was my takeaway that the SAP system was a little bit of a cumbersome system to navigate through. And one of the things that come to my mind is that there were a number of custom modules that had to be written to support the county efforts. And being that as it is, would these custom modules provide a somewhat of a challenge to integrating a new system? Being that it is custom, and I know that we had enlisted support from SAP, and I think it was due to, at least in some occasions, due to the customization of SAP. So is there going to be sort of a break between the old SAP way of doing things and the new system way of doing things?
Mr. Chairman, I absolutely expect a break from how we have done things for the past 15 years to how things will be done in the new system. The legislator is absolutely correct. SAP was to an incredible extent customized, not just configured. SAP was so heavily customized. I joke, it's an exaggeration, but we bent SAP to look like our prior system, LGFS. Every time there's an upgrade to SAP now, those upgrades have to be exhaustively tested because they invariably break something that has been customized. The new system, which is, we've selected Workday as a replacement product, is a modern ERP system that is not customizable. It is highly configurable, but it is not customizable. And the updates that Workday will push down on a periodic basis, and right now we believe that periodic basis to be every 6 months, should not result in any of our components being broken. So there really is no integration of SAP data into Workday. There will definitely be data conversions. And then some data will not migrate to the system. Therefore, there will be an archived system in a format to be determined that can be accessible by county staff should the need for research be presented.
Thank you. Excellent answer. And if I could have a follow-up question, seemed to me that the ERP system, is there in-house expertise to that through the chair to the administration, or would there also be a need for supplier software support down the road in terms of what we're asking our system to do here in Monroe County?
This will be, Mr. Chairman, a little different going forward. For the past 15 years, the county has procured and utilized the services of a third-party production support company, people who know how to program SAP and adjust the various customizations that the county has employed in the software. Workday is not customizable. As I said, it is highly configurable. So the approach Monroe County is taking going forward is to hire what we have labeled ERP specialists, ERP program specialists. There's a civil service title, Mr. Chairman. Two of them, and they are approved in the 2024 budget, by the way. Two of them are located in County IS. One is budgeted to be located in County HR, and one is budgeted to be located in County Finance. It is the expectation that our ERP system specialist positions will take the lead on learning how to get in, I'll say, to the back tables of the ERP system and configure that product to meet our ever evolving workflows and reporting needs. There will, no doubt, Mr. Chairman, at least for a short term, but perhaps long term, to have a much smaller production support contract with a third party. The vendor in this referral, AVAP, we've not selected it yet, but they have proposed an ongoing production support contract for 5 years after go live. But the contract that is authorized with our current production support, forgive me, I'm not going to get the dollars right, but it's like $600,000 or $700,000. The production support contract that AVAP is considering and has offered us is more on the scale of 150,000. And it gets a little lower as time goes on. And it's all hours based. So there may be a need for more expert production support. But realistically speaking, our ERP system specialists are expected to take the lead.
Thank you. And just one quick comment or question, I guess it would be to the chair of administration. So will the implementation of ERP make the Monroe County CFO's job easier?
Nothing will make my job easier, Mr. Chairman. But it should make my job answering your questions easier.
I yield the floor.
Legislator Colby.
Is Workday, the software, is that being used by any other counties at this time or towns?
Mr. Chairman, within the state of New York, we are aware that is used by Suffolk County and Nassau County. Not for both financial and human resources, but at least human resources and I believe financials in Suffolk County.
So, through you, Chairman, we're going to use it for both here?
That's
then I
right,
assume?
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none? Oh, sorry, Legislator McCoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you to the administration, could you just
Mr. Chairman, the question is, who else uses Workday? I can tell you within the state of New York, Nassau County and Suffolk County. I'm not sure each of those counties uses both financials and the human capital management, the human resource side. But I would also, I neglected to point out the city of Rochester uses Workday for their payroll processing, HR, human capital management.
Okay, that was going to be my next question to clarify the capacity of the platform, because I know AVAP is an extender to Workday. So we're using it for financial management and human capital management. Is that correct?
That is correct. And a variety of other ancillary services within finance, such as budgeting, treasury management, and not treasury in terms of property taxes, but the collection of fees and various revenues, like the sale of certificates of residency within real property or death certificates in public health. We're also looking to use it for, we have a component system in the attachment for work orders, which is primarily used by environmental services and transportation. And I think I left out a component, but.
Thank you. And through the chair, is there an implementation timeframe and milestone dates for this?
The AVAP, I will tell you, has proposed a very aggressive implementation schedule, which I know the county will not meet. So realistically speaking, I would not be surprised to see a 14 to 18 month implementation for Workday. Milestones will be negotiated into the final master service agreement with AVAP and the various other software licensing entities, but those contract negotiations are still pending.
And with the 14 through the chair, through the 14 to 18 month. Costs.
Mr. Chairman, AVAP, like any other third-party implementer, has suggested that delays not caused by their actions or omissions may result in additional costs. I think you'll find that a delay in any software implementation always has cost, whether they are hard dollar or opportunity costs. Those costs are real. But it is this administration's goal to have this wrapped up sooner than 18 months.
Any other discussion? None? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Passes. Next item.
Authorization to settle a lawsuit in New York State Supreme Court, Monroe County Index Number E2022-006-509.
Moved by legislator Baines, seconded by legislator Smith. Any discussion?
And while we don't discuss these lawsuits in particular, I want to express my condolences to the families who were harmed arising out of the facts of this matter. I'd also like, for the record, explain my vote that to obviate the need for an executive session, the law department of the County of Monroe offered to all the legislators an opportunity to meet and be briefed via a Zoom call, which we were. And in that call, our very professional legal department presented the case and answered all of my questions, and I'm assuming all the questions of my colleagues. And for that reason, I'll be voting in favor.
Thank you, legislator Baines. Any other discussion?
Just like Bain said.
Thank you, legislator. Appreciate it. Through the chair. Anybody have anything else to say? All right, all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Passes. Thank you. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? Seeing none, seeing there being no other matters, the February 27th, 2024 meeting of the Ways and Means Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Ways and Means Committee will be Tuesday, March 26th, 2024 at 6 p.m.